I told Melle Mel and Scorpio they can come to the studio. Supposed to happen this day, today, like literally day of. He like, y'all gotta go do the session with them, man. And you know, once y'all do that, I'm gonna hear the song and I'm gonna hop on it. But y'all gotta go do the session because I can't be there physically to work with them. I don't know his plans for the song. I don't think, to the best of I'm almost positive we weren't working on One Nation. Maybe it could have ended up on One Nation. I felt like it could have been a good track to end up on One Nation. But I don't know if he wanted to use the song with him and Storm to the same track that Dwayne Nettlesby did. I do not know. So fast forward, we get to the studio. Pac was like, make sure y'all get there first, get there early so y'all can greet them, you know what I mean? And make them feel at home, let them know whatever they need, you know what I mean? Make sure they get it and handle the session, knock the song out. And he instructed us on what beat he wanted us to do it on, and it was that track that I just played for you. You can go on YouTube and check this song out right now. But, so, Melle Mel and Scorpio get to the studio. And so, prior to that, you know, I'm one of the older members of the group. I wasn't the oldest, but I'm one of the older members of the group. Pretty much everybody else, I think, outside of, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna really just speak for myself. I was the only one I was like, oh shit, this is kind of dope, you know what I mean? About to rock with Melle Mel and Scorpio, you know, Grandmaster Flash, that whole thing. Like, these is hip hop legends to me. I seen them in movies like Beat Street, and, you know, would hear their music because my mother was one of the first people that I know of that had their records. And I remember looking at the Sugar Hill Gang logo on the Sky Blue records back in the days and just, you know, in love with the music I was hearing and, you know, wondering if this was something that I could do because I was just so enamored with what I was hearing and fascinated. And Melle Mel's voice is one of the first voices I remember hearing that just, he had one of those deliveries that you just could not forget. You know, the message, like I said, is one of the greatest hip hop songs ever recorded. So I was excited about the opportunity. I don't think the rest of the Outlawz were. You know, some of us were kind of like, yo, why the hell we got to be here right now? You know, we was heavily in the chasing our pause. As the old heads used to say back in the days, and that means, you know, out there trying to get with the ladies. You know, we was heavily into running the streets. Anytime we didn't have to be with Mr. Shakur, we was out trying to live our best life, so to speak. And being in the studio, for some of us with Melle Mel and Scorpio, wasn't that big of a deal. And, you know, but none of us gonna tell Pac no. So it just broke down to the way it broke down, and we had to do it moving. And man, that day came, we got to the studio, Melle Mel and Scorpio pulled up. They were disappointed that Pac wasn't there. You know, they didn't know Pac wasn't gonna be there until they got there because this is the 90s. We don't have cell phones, we don't have email. It's not like you could just reach out to somebody and be like, yo, Pac can't make it, woo. So they was a little bit disappointed. You know, I know they was looking at us like, who the f is y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, we came here to record with dude. We ain't come here to record with his little homies, you know what I mean? But they didn't want to pass up on the opportunity either. Because if they would have reneged on that opportunity and been on some, nah, we ain't rocking with y'all, we came to rock with Pac, well, that would have been it. You know what I'm saying? And then it ended up being a situation where they never got an actual opportunity to be in the studio with Pac, but that was the closest they was gonna get to it, at least on that particular day. And man, you know, they was definitely, you know, older than we were, obviously, you know, old school cats, you know what I'm saying, still trying to find a lane in what hip hop was at that moment. It's not easy to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an older statesman in hip hop, now I have a lot of respect for those brothers and the fact that they came to the studio and got down with us regardless, and we had a good time doing it. At the end of the day, it was a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. It was a great thing. We learned a lot, and you know, in his wisdom, that was one of the great things about Tupac, is that he would teach us in different ways. And I feel like, I don't even feel like, I know that that was his way of teaching us how not only to be professional, but to be able to create at a moment's notice, be able to get out of your comfort zone and do what you gotta do. The song didn't have a chorus on it. I think, I know it's me, Napoleon, Melle Mel, Scorpio. I'm not really sure who else is on this song. So it's just basically me, Napoleon, Melle Mel, and Scorpio on this particular track. And you know, like I said, we went out there and did what we did, man. And you know, Pac wasn't really into, you know, giving too many pats on the back and shit like that. You know, he felt like this is what we were supposed to do, and we did it. You know what I mean? And then it was on to the next after that. You feel me? It was like, boom. That's how we was rocking at the time. You know, knocking these songs out one by one, and so no particular song do we stay too fixated on for too long. And this song was no different, man. And shout out to Melle Mel and Scorpio. Shout out to y'all, 16,000 subscribers, man. I'm doing a special edition of Talk My Truth for the upcoming birthday of Yafeo Killer Gaddafi Fuller, my brother from another, who I miss dearly, who was taken from us tragically at the age of 19 years old. So I want y'all to stay tuned for that. That'll come up after this one airs. Shout out to everybody that continues to tune in week after week. This is EDI Mean TV's Talk My Truth. I'm gone.